This is the inside story of what happened to Teresa Halbach. Some of the information will be new to most of you, as it has not yet been raised by Sellner yet in her post-conviction filings or in the media. Bobby Dassey was awake at various points of the morning of Halloween 2005. Bobby did indeed hear the call from Teresa to the Dassey residence. He'd been looking at porn on the computer, and this had given him urges. This time he decided he wanted to try and act on one of those urges in a real-life encounter. Bobby used the computer to contact Teresa via a free text instant message service via the internet. He knew Teresa was coming to the AVERY property, and he knew roughly the time, so he arranged to meet her on Coos Road to do a hustle shot for a vehicle he did not give his real name. Bobby was waiting and watching for Teresa at the AVERY Savage Yard. Seeing her taking photos of his mom's van only increased his anticipation for the meeting at Coos Road. At this point, Teresa had no idea she would be coming face to face with someone else directly linked to the van she was photographing just minutes after leaving the Savage Yard. Bobby left the Savage Yard less than a minute after Teresa and followed her to the end of Coos Road. Of course, it is unknown exactly what happened next, but the meeting went horribly wrong. Bobby lashes out and assaults Teresa. It is unknown whether he kills her at that exact moment. Now panicking, Bobby hides his car at the end of Coos Road and bundles Teresa into her RAV4. He drives the RAV4 to Scott's Tadich trailer. He knows Scott is home because he had seen him around noon at the Savage Yard, as observed by witnesses, and told him what he was doing later. Scott loves Barb in, and he is close to Bobby, due mainly to their shared interest of hunting, and decides to help Bobby. Photos of Teresa are taken when she is clothed, bound, and gagged. They do not show her face clearly, but her color, length, and build of the person in the photos all match Teresa. Photos of her naked are also taken. It is unknown whether she is alive in the photos. There is clearly blood. The photos are taken on Teresa's own Canon digital camera that she used for her auto trader work. The model number matches in the EXIF data. The photos are on a memory card in the camera and are transferred onto a computer owned by Scott Tadich at his residence. Scott would later burn these photos onto a CD and give it to Bobby. It is unknown whether Bobby and Scott did anything sexually to Teresa during the photos, and as I said before, it is unknown whether she was alive during them. Only Bobby and Scott can answer those questions. Scott decides it would be best to abandon the RAV4 near the turnaround, and he drives it there. Bobby follows driving Scott's Green Ranger Ford. Teresa is definitely dead at this point and is in the back of Scott's Ranger. They drive to where Bobby's car is hidden at the end of Goose Road. They decide that the wooded, secluded area at the end of Goose Road is a good place to temporarily bury Teresa's body in a shallow grave, and they do that. Over the next few nights, Scott and Bobby will dismember and burn Teresa's body near the deer camp and quarry. They are seen from a distance on more than one occasion. The people who see them cannot see exactly what is being burned. They are spooked on more than one occasion and charge the burning sites on different nights. It is not known whose idea it is to start framing Stephen Avery for the crime or when it was first conceived, but that is what they began to do. The images of Teresa taken at Scott's trailer and put onto a CD for Bobby find their way onto the Dassey PC. It is not known if the images were eventually deleted by Bobby or law enforcement. Around March-April, before the election took place, Blaine made Barb aware of some images he found on the computer. He was concerned who they could be of, given what was happening with Brendan at that time, but did not recognize where the photos were taken. Barbara, however, would have recognized where the photos were taken. She furiously confronts Scott, who makes up an elaborate story of some sex game and fantasy role play that went wrong between Bobby and Teresa, and admits they panicked and disposed of her body. They deny framing Stephen and say that must be law enforcement because they left her body buried. Barb is caught in an impossible position. Her future husband and one of her sons are definitely involved, and another son is already being held responsible. Scott and Bobby ensure Barb that Stephen will not get convicted because it will become obvious law enforcement framed him, and once he is found not guilty, Brendan's trial will not go ahead, and he will be freed. Although the images of Teresa were deleted from the Dassey PC, the CD they were originally on was retrieved and eventually given to Sellner, which is how some of this information is not known. Sellner genuinely wanted to achieve an evidentiary hearing or retrial without the Dassey family being ripped apart, but the gloves are off now. There is no more damage limitation at play.